Hey guys, and welcome back to my cooking channel, Katie Cooks Easy Recipes, and they don't get much easier than this delicious tomato, lemon and rocket pasta. It's cheap, it's tasty and it's ready in a jiffy. But before we get started on today's delicious recipe, a little reminder to like, share and subscribe to my channel. There's so many great recipes on there. If you haven't checked them out, go and have a look. Let's get back to today's recipe. You're going to need about 120 grams of cherry tomatoes, 2 tablespoons of tomato puree, 1 medium lemon, a couple of fat garlic cloves, about 30 grams of fresh rocket, some dried long pasta like linguine or spaghetti, about 350 grams, 150 ml of white wine, and of course olive oil, salt and pepper. Now the really short prep, so we're going to get a big saucepan of water on to boil, and we're going to get that ready for our pasta, so you can add a big pinch of salt into that too. While that's coming up to the boil, we'll prepare our couple of little bits. So we've got to peel and finely slice our garlic cloves. So just do that as slowly as you want with a nice sharp knife, and then you end up with these lovely wafer thin garlics, and they just taste beautiful and not too overpowering. The next bit of prep is simply to take our cherry tomatoes off the vine, although you can use that vine and throw that into the sauce while it's cooking and it adds more flavour. Just be sure to remove it before you put the pasta in. But remove the tomatoes from the vine and then just get them chopped up into 8 pieces. Just roughly chop them basically, depending on the size of your actual tomatoes that you're using, until you get this lovely pile of delicious fresh sweet tomatoes. Piece of kitchen equipment I highly recommend if you're a keen home cook or a budding home cook is a decent microplane. This is fantastic for zesting, as we're going to do with our lemon today, but it's also good for creating purees from garlic cloves or ginger. It really grates it lovely and finely. But for today we're zesting our lemon, so just get all the outside of that zest, and we're going to use this actually as a garnish at the end of the dish, so keep that to one side. And that is our prep done. Our pasta water's boiling, so we're going to throw in our linguine or spaghetti, whatever you're using, and let that do its thing, boil away. It normally takes about 12 minutes, which is perfect for cooking our sauce. Get your oil into another saute or deep frying pan on a medium heat. And it's super important that you don't heat your oil too high and chuck your garlic in, because burnt garlic goes really bitter. So you can test this once your oil's heated. You can test this by putting in 1 piece of garlic, and if it just gently sizzles, then you know you've got the right temperature. So it's safe to go in with the rest of your garlic. However, do keep an eye on it and keep that garlic moving around. Don't let it burn or it will completely ruin the dish. You'll have to start over. So keep it moving around. If at any point your oil does start to get a little bit too hot and your garlic starts to colour, you can add a splash of water like I've done here, and that will just bring the temperature of the pan down and cook your garlic a little bit more gently. Once you're happy that your garlic is lovely and gently sauteed and it's lovely and fragrant, you can go in with your white wine if you're using it. If you prefer not to cook with alcohol in your dishes, you can just add more water. The star of this dish are these lovely fresh tomatoes and the way they're going to break down and release all their flavours. So don't worry too much if you don't like to cook with alcohol, just swap it out for water. So add in your wine or your extra water, your chopped tomatoes and your tomato puree. Now that we've added more liquid, be it either wine or water, we need to turn the heat up slightly. Especially if you're cooking with wine, we need to cook that alcohol out. So you need to reduce your wine by at least 2/3. So turn the heat up, reduce that wine by 2/3. The alcohol should mostly be cooked out, and our tomatoes will be broken down and absolutely delicious. While it's bubbling away and reducing, add a pinch of salt and some pepper. So we just want to season the dish. Don't forget this is reducing, so if you add too much at this point, it's going to reduce down and it's going to be over seasoned. So just begin with a little bit of seasoning. Don't forget we can always add more, but we can't take it out once it's in. And then after 5 to 8 minutes, you'll have this delicious, thick, sweet tomato sauce almost ready for our pasta. But what we want to do is balance out all the sweetness from those lovely tomatoes by squeezing in the juice of our lemon. Now, it might seem like a little bit too much lemon to you, but when it's balanced out with the rocket in a minute and the pasta, it's absolutely incredible. So just get that lemon squeezed in there. You can start by squeezing half the lemon in. If you're unsure, have a taste and add some more if you'd like, or you can just go in with the whole lemon. But again, we can always add, we can't take away. So you do it to your taste. Start with half and have a taste. Get that all stirred around, you've got the perfect sauce. Our pasta is ready and drained and ready to pour in. So we're literally going to plop that into our sauce and then give it all a stir and a toss around until everything's coated. Now this recipe is for 4 people. There's absolutely loads to go around, but to be honest, I really don't like sharing this dish. It's so tasty. Of course, the final ingredient to go in is that lovely fresh rocket, which we're just going to gently roughly tear it, and then pop that in and obviously give it a lovely stir until everything is well combined. You can now have a final taste before you serve it to your family or your guests, and just alter the seasoning. So I decided obviously that this needed a crack more salt and pepper, so just add that to the dish, and then again don't forget to give it a stir once you've added in that extra seasoning. Give it one last toss around and then we are ready to serve. And let me just show you this pasta here and how well this sauce coats this pasta. It's absolutely delicious, and that's basically just cooked down tomatoes. So good for you, so tasty. As usual, I love to share how I dish up my meals, including all the lovely little garnishes I like to put on, because I really do think fresh garnishes make a difference when it comes to home cooked meals. But just while I am loading up this lovely plate with the pasta, just a gentle reminder to like and share this recipe if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, as there are some fantastic, super simple, super cheap recipes on there. If you haven't checked it out yet, go and check it out. I bet you there's loads on there that you're going to absolutely love. This recipe, as always, is in the caption, or you can check it out on my website katiecooks.co.uk. But back to this video, as you can see, I've added plenty of the pasta. I added some of the extra broke down tomatoes and garlic. I just sprinkled over a little bit more chopped rocket, a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, and that lovely lemon zest, which will lighten the dish and finish it off lovely. And there you have my tomato and rocket pasta, ready in less than 15 minutes. A really lovely dinner. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you again next time.